Welcome back, everybody. IGN is coming to you live from San Diego Comic-Con 2018. Batman the Animated Series is widely considered not just one of the best on-screen interpretations of Batman to date, but one of the finest cartoons ever made, and it's finally coming to Blu-ray. Of course, the series would not be the same without its stellar voice acting, and I'm joined right now by Kevin Conroy and Lauren Lester. Oh my gosh, yay! So happy to have you guys on here.
Thank you.
So, okay, I guess just right off the bat, tell me, I mean, why is this show so epic? Why has it stood the test of time?
Well, the quality was so high. They spent a lot of money on this show when they first produced it, and it shows. And when you look at it now, it still looks so fresh.
Yeah.
The money, that it was all hand-painted cells, and a full symphony score, and large casts, and great scripts, and it shows.
You agree?
I totally agree, and we were chosen the #1 out of 100 shows about superheroes, both live action and animation. We were chosen as #1. So it's pretty amazing all these years later that it still holds up like that.
Yeah.
And I think it does. It's because the people are so three-dimensional. You know, their characters are three-dimensional like a really good comic book.
Okay, so, I mean, I absolutely love this show, and I feel like your voices were so iconic. Can you tell me what inspired you guys, what you drew from? I mean, there's so many different interpretations of your characters' voices.
Well, I think a lot of the people in the cast, the cast was so great largely because of Andrea Romano. She was a wonderful casting director, and she loves actors from the theater, people with really good acting chops behind them. So this was a very talented group of actors. And when you get in a room with people like Mark Hamill and Paul Williams, and you know, there's such a wonderful group of actors, John Glover, you're like 12-year-olds in a playground. You know, there's so much fun, such give and take, that I think we all inspired each other.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the old movies or the show? Like, did you draw from any particular interpretation?
Well, when I was auditioning for it, I said, well, my only experience with Batman was the Adam West show. And Bruce Timm goes, no, we love Adam, but that's not what we're doing. We're going in a whole different direction.
Yeah.
So they had to bring me up to speed.
I, on the other hand, was obsessed with the show in the 60s. I was very, very little.
Oh, really?
You know, and I was convinced that it was on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I was convinced on Tuesday they were going to die and they weren't going to come back Wednesday. It was supposed to be a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So I couldn't help but be inspired by Burt Ward. So that was kind of where I started with the voice, and then I made it my own. That's
really cool. I want to know, was there a moment where you're like, this show is really special? I don't know if you were like in the voicing booth or it was a scene, I mean, or maybe a fan came up to you. I just want to know, like, when for each of you did you know, okay, wow, this is really unique?
Well, I think as we got...
Sorry, I'm a little excited.
It was I think it was more, you know, you put this stuff out in the ether and you don't know how it's being received until you start running into people in strange situations. I had a homeless guy come up to me and ask me for money, and I didn't have anything, and he went, oh my God, you're Kevin Conroy. And I thought, how do you know that? And he said, you're Batman. Everybody knows that's Batman. And I said, I don't even know I'm Batman. How do you know I'm Batman? So I called Andrea Romano. I said, I think we've got a hit. I mean, if people on the street, you know, recognize you. So I think it was the feedback from fans that made me realize.
And you know, you never really know. You never really know, because often you get involved in a project and people are saying, oh, this is going to win an Oscar, you know, and it's like, turns out to be the worst thing ever, right? Yeah. But, and this show, we had a sense that it was going to be really wonderful and good and special, but nobody at the time said, oh, 27 years later, we're going to be at Comic-Con talking about this.
You never know when you're in the midst of something like this, what the legacy is going to be.
Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite scene or a moment that you're like, this is cool? I'm really happy about this. Lauren?
Which is your favorite?
My favorite is when I punched Batman. I'm sorry, but it's true. I decked him, I cold-cocked him, and it was like, it was a long time coming.
You would bring that up. You would have to bring that up.
What about for you?
I love the film Mask of the Phantasm. It's a great film.
That is a great film.
It's included in this new set that's coming out.
Oh, cool.
Along with Sub-Zero, the other movie.
Really good one, too.
Another great movie.
And 109 episodes.
And 109 episodes.
Nice.
Yeah.
But there was a scene in Phantasm where Batman's, Bruce Wayne is at the grave of his parents, asking to be released from his vow that he made to them after they die. And I loved playing that scene. I was really proud of the way it came out. So that's a particularly powerful moment for me.
You make me start crying just talking about that moment. Yeah. I want to ask you guys. So we've seen Batman in the comics. We have seen the live-action movies. Do you think that it was a strength to have this be animated because it's such like a weird world? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I think we had a big advantage over the live-action movies because it is an animated show. It's an animated world.
Yeah.
So that we live in people's imaginations. And when you're in someone's imagination and you're the voice of the character, you're at a much more intimate place with them than a live-action character is. You know what I mean? You're not as objectified. You're really in their imagination with them. So people come up to me and treat me like, you know, I'm part of the family. Yeah. Because they feel like they grew up with me.
And we hear from our fans. We hear from our fans all the time, you guys set the bar, and like everything else has to live up to that. So they feel a lot of the Batman movies and other shows have fallen short because they don't live up to the bar that was set with our show, which is it's pretty amazing to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, you guys play epic superheroes. Do you guys have any other favorite superheroes or someone you would ever think about playing otherwise?
When you start with Batman, with Batman, where do you go?
I know,
where do you go?
Though. Okay, what about villains?
Oh, those are fun.
Okay.
Betty. I'd love to do Joker someday. Oh, that'd be fun.
I like that. What about
I would love to be a James Bond villain. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Bond, welcome. It'd be so fun to do that.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting the wrap. I wish this would never end. Thank you so much for doing that interview with us. We really appreciate it. And Batman animated series will be available on Blu-ray later this year. And if you've never seen it, why? You're missing out. Coming up, I'm going to ruffle some feathers and quack a few jokes with the cast of DuckTales. But first, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.